Hello, Leos. All right, Leos. All right, let's get into it, Leos. We are in the full moon phase. Make sure you are protecting your energy. The moon is gonna be moving into Leo this week, right? I cannot reiterate this enough, Leos. In preparation, go where you are appreciated and not where you are tolerated. I don't know if I need to say it again. Go where you are appreciated, not where you are tolerated, Leos. So the moon, by the time you watch this video, the moon would have moved into Cancer, right? We're not talking about any when I talk about moon signs, I'm not talking or the moon phase and the zodiac sign that the moon has moved in. Keep in mind, I'm not talking about a person. I'm talking about the zodiac sign, either that's ruled by a planet or a luminary. Like you and Cancers are the only signs that's not ruled by planets. Okay, just want to make sure everybody knows. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Welcome back. This reading is for the 16th through the 30th. 16th through the 30th. So it's going to take you all the way to the end of this cycle. This cycle actually ends on the 29th. So it's taking you all the way through the last quarter moon phase, even though you'll get the regularly scheduled videos. Let's get into your reading. Let's get right into your reading. All right. Let's get into it, Leos. Talking to you, wherever Leo is in your birth chart. First card out of the deck. Ooh, the King of Cups. Somebody is in the presence of a shark. See this shark right here? Somebody's in the presence of a real cold-hearted person. Oh, wow. They got ice behind their eyes. Shark energies, they love to see people scared of them. They like to see people laughing 1 minute. They like to manipulate people's emotions. They are master manipulators of people's emotions. This is a man, by the way. They like to have, and they usually do it when there's other people around. Have people laughing 1 minute, the next minute they have them crying. This pure humiliation, right? Here we have the Princess of Swords here. So beware of that during the holidays. Beware of that. Queen of Pentacles here. So I feel like somebody, you could be in your you could be wanting to go, see this crab shell? You could be wanting to go into hermit mode, right? Hermit crab shell mode, to just kind of sort of be doing some work, or kind of like reading books, or kind of want to, make money, or whatever the case may be, right? If you're dealing with a master manipulator, who likes to make you laugh and anything, they may say something. They may wait for the opportune time to say it in front of other people. Say something in front of other people to try to, embarrass you or hurt you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But by now, y'all should have seen a pattern of behavior. You know exactly what you're dealing with. Here we had the Eight of Pentacles. So just watch out, for that. They might try to compare you to somebody else. You're a fire sign, try to compare you to somebody else or whatever. Because you just want to go in and just work, right? Remember, this is Eight of Pentacles here. You want to work. You want to be in receiving mode. Like somebody just really is you're trying to balance things out. And somebody is in master manipulation mode because they cannot manipulate your emotions anymore. A lot of you all are starting to get back on that throne and adjust your crown, Leos. And somebody feels like they cannot manipulate your emotions. They're feeling it. Somebody's feeling that they cannot manipulate your emotions anymore. So we're going to start out with a 6-card spread. Yep. So something's happening this year. You're going to feel very fortunate. Wheel of Fortune is spinning in your favor. Source is giving you all these creative ideas of how to make multiple streams of income. Why? Because you're learning how to take your power back, your leadership power back. I'm talking to men and women, Leos. I don't know if this is somebody's father, brother, uncle, whoever it is who likes to manipulate your time, because time is money. They like to manipulate your time. They're going to say something. Don't try to say something. It could be a little shady, whatever. Whatever it is, you don't have time for it. You too busy, and you already went down that rabbit hole, and it ended up being a disaster for you. Whoever it is, source is saying to you, you're like, I'm going back in my hermit mode. And like I said, when the moon, after the moon moves from Cancer, Leos, that's where you're saying to yourself that that's not very nurturing. That's not very nurturing to be have an emotional connection with somebody. That's not very nurturing. We're supposed to be connected, family, whatever. That doesn't make you feel good, right? Doesn't make you feel good because Cancer is the I feel sign. That doesn't make it is just that basic. You don't feel good around their energy. You don't feel good when they say stuff to you. Other people don't feel good around them. They like to make people laugh 1 minute and cry the next. People, you can just see it. People don't feel good around them. They like that master of manipulating people's emotions. But this time for you, you're gonna say, you're intentionally going into divine feminine energy because Source is downloading way too many creative ideas into your spirit, Leo. That's gonna make you some money. Remember, this is still the year of wealth. Remember, a lot of people are getting to the end of the year like, I didn't see my money increase. But some of y'all are going to see your bills go down. You're going to start looking at your bills. Your bills have gone down. Some of y'all are going to see some discounts. A lot of y'all are going to see a lot of different things where you could have cut corners and stuff, dealing with a master manipulator. Like I said, it could be somebody's brother. It could be somebody's cousin. I mean, whoever this master manipulator, they just sharp. They got this coldness behind their eye. They don't really care. They don't even really care. Now, if you're spending money on them or spending time with them, and what they're going to try to use that is compare you to somebody else. Oh, you just like so-and-so. You acting like so-and-so because they're trying to get a rise up out of you. So it's like, no, you can't be compared to anybody. You are you and they are them, whoever they are. Right? Here's a Hermit card. So I see you going into Hermit mode. And instead of you feeling like you comparing yourself to somebody, watching somebody else online, guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to be looking at yourself and letting Source download some things into your spirit, your creativity. You're going to be watching somebody else online. That's what they do. They like to. That's how they manipulate people's emotions. They know exactly which buttons to push to make people laugh and what buttons to make people cry. So you're not gonna be looking at anybody online. What you're gonna be doing is sitting there with a notepad in hand, getting these downloads from Source, because Source has been getting a lot. We're still in the full moon phase. Source is giving you a lot of downloads on how to make multiple streams of income. And a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. A lot of them are being fulfilled. And this energy feels some kind of way because they feel like, okay, they so busy talking, somebody was so busy talking down to you like you the lesser person. You know, like if let's say it's two men, let's say it's your brother, right? Let's say you're a guy and it's your brother, right? So busy, I'm the I make more money than you do. My job is, and my title is so important, so on and so forth. Like basically talking down to you. Now that you're going back in your crab shell, like hermit shell, right? And you're getting downloads from Source, you're not distracted. You got your water sounds playing in the background. You got your big 32 ounce of water somewhere on the side, sipping your water, right? You ain't stressed out. You don't have a bunch of noise going on around you. You don't have a bunch of chaos and confusion going on, a bunch of friction. You can think because this is intentional now. You're not comparing yourself to anybody. So if you're online, it's not comparing yourself to anybody else they've been trying to compare you with because they've been draining you. You've been in, like think about if you were like went deep sea diving and that you was in shark infested water. You'd be so busy on high anxiety and high alert all the time, spinning around with that spear in your hand, like, okay, which direction the shark gonna come from? I don't know which direction the shark gonna come from. They keep people in that anxiety all the time. So, or if it's whoever it is. So it's like this is gonna be intentional for you to get into divine feminine energy, right? A lot of your wishes are being fulfilled, so you can get some rest. So it really wants you to get some rest. So after that moon moves from Cancer, by the time you watch this video, the moon would be in Cancer. It went into Cancer on Sunday afternoon. Download your moon calendar. It's going to move into Leo in the evening of the 17th, right? Tuesday evening, right? Coming up out of that, somebody's going to realize you know what? Your vulnerability really is your strength. Like in your vulnerability, when you really need some time, it's going to start clicking to somebody is a fixed sign that somebody is fixated on trying to project, trying to manipulate your emotions. Every time you wanted some time to yourself, every single time you wanted some time to yourselves, Leo, here they come with that shark fin swimming in the back, coming through the water. No, like Jaws, right? So Source was saying to you, nah, not anymore, because you're starting to pay attention to how they just talk about people behind the back, behind the back, right? And how everybody around them just depressed behind closed doors. With all they creating all this chaos and confusion, they already sitting on a throne, but they can manipulate their own emotions. That's a person who has so much creativity in them. If they did a plunger and plunged all that toxicity out, imagine what they could create for themselves. They'd be mega rich. So you're taking your power back. You're taking your power back. You're like, there's no way in the world you're gonna get to the end of the year 8 and not gonna all these creative ideas you coming up with. Somebody's keyboard on their computer gonna be smoking. You see this person right here opening up the laptop? Them keys gonna be smoking. And it's not because you're looking for some quick rich scheme or thinking somebody else is doing some quick rich scheme. It's because your creative juices are flowing. You're like, okay, I got stuff to do. I don't have time to be looking at somebody else. There's no comparison, no competing out here. This energy is not gonna be comparing me to somebody else. I'm over here working. You got all these ideas. I see you with a notepad. You write down notes. I got this idea coming through. Let me take this note. Got this idea. I got this idea. I'm talking to men and women, Leos. Right? You got a whole world in front of you. Tons of opportunities coming your way. So that's who Source is going to align. Source is going to align you with energies that you have in common. You're not going back to being around master manipulators who get a thrill out of making people laugh one minute and cry the next. Those are energies you do not want to be around. Everything is changing for you. You want to be around people who are motivated. How you find that bargain, that deal? How did you do this? You asking questions, not for the purpose of competing, comparing, sharing notes. How can we all, put together a group? How can we do this? Whatever, so people are saving money, so people can travel more and do things. Source is not only going to fast track you to something, somebody can start taking a lot of flights. You have the whole world in front of you. Here we have the Two of Cups. Yep. Soulmate energy. Somebody's getting off of this emotional seesaw and saying, you know what, you need to step into your own life. Somebody has already met a soulmate, like somebody that you just feel like, okay, they get me, they understand me, they get it. Like somebody has already met their person, and it's not romantic. It's just somebody just met their person. They just get you, Leos. They just get you. They understand you. Like it's a waste of energy to be around people who just enjoy. They like to see people laughing one minute and crying the next. That's a waste of energy. It's a waste of energy. Yeah, it's a waste of energy. Yeah, so it's just like you trying to break generational cycles, chains, and curses, and they sitting around nitpicking, trying to make people fall for a bait and switch. You're not interested. Baiting people into stuff, calling them to switch up. Okay, I had to make some more room. Okay, somebody has. So if I repeat something, then my apologies. But like I said, somebody has found their soulmate, a member of your soul community, right? They just get you. They get you at a soul level, like a person who is like you looking for people that you have that in common with. Like, okay, you and somebody may have been under the manipulation of a master manipulator who like to see people crying one minute, laughing the next. They like all of that, especially if it's in front of a crowd of people to humiliate people. And that no longer moves you anymore. Matter of fact, you're like, now you got the whole world in front of you. You ready to get around people who are, like I said, so you may be taking a flight somewhere, right? because you're not falling for the bait and switch anymore. You just not. You're not falling for the, you and somebody like y'all are like not falling for the bait and switch anymore. So you may be taking a flight somewhere, because you now know who is responsible for some stuff. You now know who is responsible for some stuff, and who may have fell for some kind of bait and switch in some areas. So you got some information about something. That's one. But another thing too is you're dealing with two energies who not only may have fallen for bait and switch, but you're also dealing with two energies who on the dark side of the number 8, one succumb to passive and powerless behavior, and one of them are egotistical, materialistic, and forceful. So one is the bully and one is being bullied, right? So the one that's the bully is the one that's the master manipulator, right? And the one that's being bullied is the one that's laughing 1 minute and crying, breaking down and crying, like literally somebody giving them a nervous breakdown. They so depressed behind closed doors with people talking about them behind their back, and this one not helping. So Source is saying to you, you may be taking a flight somewhere because you're on the light side of number 8 now. Now you're saying you have a good product and service that you know is going to create, speaking of the number 8, and you turn it to the side, it looks like an infinity symbol. You have an infinite amount of resources available to you. Like you have too many creative ideas for you not to intentionally go into hermit mode to get some downloads from source. You don't have time to be looking at what somebody else is doing online. You don't have time for that. Because somebody can try to create some kind of divide between, oh, this person doing this and you should be doing, are they doing that? And I know this familiar spirits that very dangerous. Source is saying to you, no. You're trying to get downloads from source. It's full moon phase. That's where your downloads are coming from. Source is giving you some creative. There's nothing new under the sun. Something about your energy is going to be very unique to what other people are doing. Just like whoever else they're trying to compare you to is something very unique to how they're doing things. It's not a competition. There's no competition. So somebody has definitely found their soul, a soulmate to your soul community. Whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't matter. So saying get some rest, because that's another thing you all share in common. People talking about you behind your back. Yeah. So, yeah. You and somebody have a very entrepreneurial spirit. You and somebody have a very entrepreneurial spirit. You and somebody like to fly. Y'all like being on airplanes. You and somebody like being on airplanes. Both of y'all like to travel. Both of y'all have been in situations where it felt like a David and Goliath situation, where maybe both of y'all are just like, y'all may stop talking when y'all in situations where it just seems like it's insurmountable. Y'all would rather just stop talking if you feel like people think you're judging them, or vice versa, right? So, but there's a young person that's around all this shade, all the time. It could be your kids that's around this shade all the time, having listened to this crying 1 minute, laughing the next, and this energy. So yeah, somebody's in prayer warrior mode, but somebody's being used as a pawn in a game. And there's nothing funny. There's nothing funny being used as a pawn in the game. So you're going to be in a posture of gratitude. You're going to put and it's making somebody cry. So you're going to put your gratitude list together. You're going to put your gratitude list together, and you're going to start go straight into prayer warrior mode. You're going into prayer warrior mode. Somebody get way too much enjoyment out of making people cry. Yeah, the judgment is coming down on two energies. Because you got one that's sitting there that's egotistical, forceful, and materialistic. So they got to be the one that's in charge, Leos, whoever this is. Right, because there's 3 of them, so it could be a child or a younger person that's in the middle of all of this. And you got the other one that's just sitting there passive, not really saying anything. And somebody's being used as a pawn in the game to try to get you to argue. You're not going to argue. You're sitting right on that throne and praying. The judgment has already come down. So you and somebody, source is not only speeding up your prayers, but you and somebody may be taking a flight. Some people may either be coming to you, or you and somebody may be taking a flight to somebody. Here we had the Fool card. You know, so because you've already left behind a lot of distractions, yeah. But them energies was definitely trying to drive you or drive somebody to drinking, being shady. Here's the 10 of swords here. You've already pulled enough swords out of your back. So now somebody's like using somebody as a pawn in the game. But again, source is just trying to tell somebody, like, you know, trying to get somebody to argue, you know, with somebody, you know, trying to. So it's to say, do not get into any arguments. That's a form of dark magic. Do not get into any arguments with anybody who is trying to manipulate you. It's all love. It's all love. If somebody you know is being used, if it's a younger person that's being used, who's trying to, like a younger person, the page energy is youthful energy, and you know they're being bullied to try to bait you into an argument, make sure the conversation is all love. Keep it on the throne. Because you already know who is behind it. Who is behind it. Because what you're learning is how to stay on the throne, how not to come off of that throne. You're not some wild lion in the jungle, in the kingdom, you know, on the nature channel. You're keeping it on the throne. So let's say, for instance, you have, like, you know, joint custody. You got little kids or whatever. They're at the other parents', you know, house or whatever, and you know, you got somebody in the background with a bunch of sarcasm. You know, it's the holidays and drinking going on. They saying little slick stuff, and you can hear people saying stuff, right? You mind your business. You in your shell, your hermit crab shell mode. You working. You trying to get some stuff going, and you can just tell by the inflection in their voice. Something is up. Something's not right. Right? Everything in you may want to say, get him the phone. Source just wants you to pray. Keep it on the throne. Because what Source is trying to do is the reason why Source is putting this kind of energy across your path, because Source is preparing you for something great. A level of emotional intelligence that so I'm trying to tell y'all, Source is trying to prepare somebody to be very wealthy. Financial independence. Because if you keep jumping down off of your throne and that lion's tail is wagging and them ears are flapping and them claws are coming out, you easy bait for people to sue you. Easy for people to sue you. You may feel like you got that instant gratification, but people can't. Oh, all you have to do is say something about such and such. Oh, well, we can this quick rich. We can get some money real quick from Leo. So it's like, keep it on the throne. Keep it on the throne. 5 of Wands. Don't fall for it. They want you to put lion's paws on them. They do. Here's a tower card. Let that tower fall. Yeah, this is a guy. He wants you to put lion paws on him. He wants you to be... He wants you to be all of this going on and all this madness and craziness. You got way too much class for that. Some of y'all need to learn how to just smile and walk away. That's right. I'm going to go ahead and let the tower fall on you. Everybody got time for all of that. Yeah, so, yeah, it's two energies that's trying to get you to fall for some kind of bait and switch, but they're going to try to use a younger person, Leo, to do it. They're going to try to use a younger person to do it. Now, what's interesting with this, Leos, is It'd be real easy for you to cut these two energies off. That's easy. That's easy breezy for you. There's no. But it's the younger one that almost has to be reprogrammed, in a sense, because this is coming to an end. The younger one has to be reprogrammed because they've been under such, and again, take only what resonates with you. If this doesn't resonate with you, please do not create something that doesn't resonate with you, right? Take only what resonates with you. There's a shady person in this person right here, very shady. Who's basically trying to end your financial, so they looking for a reason, just looking for any reason to get some money from you, right? So your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Make sure you drink your water. Go into your hermit crab shell, drink your water, come up with your creative ideas, stay off of social media unless it is teaching you how to build a website or enhancing these creative ideas you have. You don't have any comparison with anybody. You ain't comparing yourself with anybody. But document your dreams day and night. Somebody never stopped loving you. That could be this younger person here. They never stopped loving you. Your inner child is very proud of you. I feel like this is your ex. If you have kids with somebody, this is somebody's ex. Hold on. Yeah, there's a younger person here that's around a lot of shady stuff. The answers you seek are coming. Make a list of pros and cons, but step through the portal. You are an answered prayer. I'm telling y'all, whenever you see the Tower card come out, Leos, immediately praying, because Source got some answers. Source is going to tell you exactly who to pray for, exactly what to say, exactly who to pray for. The new one is extra special. So it could be a new job that you pray, because it could be, we talking about wish fulfillment. It could be a new job. It could be a new soul member to your soul group. It could be, like I said, whatever the answer prayer is. So if you've been saying, Source, let's say for instance you got 9 kids. Let's say you got 9 kids, right? And you had to share your kids with the other side, and the family is just, off the chain. I mean, they just, y'all know what I'm saying. They wild, right? All 9 of them prayers may need to be prayed. Source, this too much. It's just too much deprogramming and reprogramming. Source, I'm praying that every last one of them, like, it's just too much. Go into prayer. Go into prayer mode. Go into prayer mode. If that's what Source is putting on your heart. If that's what Source is putting on your heart. Because somebody may actually call you crying, like, calling you just like, you may pick up on somebody lamenting, like really, really needing your spirit. And so if you're talking to them, be mature, be very high vibrational. Somebody may be trying to start an argument with you because that people are talking about them behind their back or whatever, being shady, or talking about you behind your back, or talking about, if you're a couple, talking about the couple, you and somebody else behind your back. Keep it all love. All love. Do not fall for any bait and switch. So make sure you're doing a throat chakra cleanse. Dance around your home as if no one is watching. It's time to open your vault door. Yeah. Somebody, somebody has an ex with a lustful, a demon of lust. So time to ground yourselves. Drink more water as a form of self-care. Them jugs of water out is you versus you. Somebody saw you as competition from day one. Like, could you imagine dating somebody and then having kids with somebody who saw you as opposition from day one? Like, what? And the judgment card lets me know that's how their whole family is. There's nobody's family that's perfect, but come on now. Come on. There's no such thing as a perfect human being. But see, the thing is that you're actually witnessing it in real time. Like you've actually been around people. This is not what you heard. See, that's a difference. See, when you're talking to somebody who said they familiar with somebody, that's different. I'm talking about you have, and I know that somebody has physically seen it because we're looking at this right here. You have physically, like, you've been around somebody at least 8 hours. You've been around this at least 8 hours. You've seen it with your own 2 eyes. We're not talking about you heard. You've physically been around this energy. Divine abundance. So you were born to align with love's will and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. So the fact that somebody is so motivational, this is you. You have all this fire in you to motivate, add clarity to people's lives. People like being around your fire, your warmth, your laugh. That's why I started out the reading, Leo, by saying go where you are appreciated and not where you are tolerated. Your vulnerability is your strength. I'm telling y'all. And this right here, don't mix with fire. It's a different spirit that does not mix with fire, because I'm telling y'all that other side of that lion would come out. Child, then when you come out of blackout stage, and all you see with patches of fur everywhere. I mean, child, nobody have time for all this. There's too much going on. No, so adjustments are required. So third quarter moon. So third quarter moon, we're gonna have a third quarter moon on the 22nd of that's the last quarter moon, by the way. The third quarter moon is on the 22nd. 22nd, we know 2 is a master number. So it's like somebody is trying to disrupt you and somebody else's peace, because 2 is the number for peace, like the peace sign, right? So it's like somebody is intentionally trying to disrupt you and somebody else's peace. And it's your ex. Your ex. This is not their reading, unless they're Leo too. It's your ex. They are doing the most. The absolute most. Them and whoever they're aligning, the bullies that they're with, they trying to disrupt your... There's a Libra involved. There's a Virgo involved. Scorpios are involved. And Aries is involved. Sagittarius could be involved. A Pisces could be involved in something. A Taurus could be involved in something. Gemini could be involved in something. So it's a lot of energies, right? Yep. So a fiery climax approaches. Yep. This is where your prayer life is actually increasing. You're not fighting against flesh and blood, but you can go to source and let source handle the whole thing. You're going to let source handle something. Because source is much more effective. Source is much more effective. Somebody is dealing with some energies. The hard work that you put in, making your money and staying in your hermit shell, you've been putting a lot of hours and stuff and making your money. You're financially independent. Financial independence is not always rich. Somebody may be rich, but it's not always rich. But you're dealing with some energies who are shady, who would love nothing more than to swap lives with you. Financial lives with you. Wake up, Leos. Wake up. They would like nothing more than to get something going. And next thing you know, so nourish your temple. 3 and 8 is 11. Get off the fence. Step into your light and get right into prayer warrior mode. Get right into prayer warrior mode. So they'll try to use somebody. They'll try to use some people as a pawn. Try to use some people to get a part and get to an argument with you or something. Try to be somebody make you try to be disrespectful to you with love, just in love. Somebody looking for some quick payday. Number 9, all you're showing is compassion. That's it. You're cutting off all negative conversation. All you're showing is compassion. Number 9, it's your compassion that makes you shine. You are devoted to helping the greater good, and you have strong talent for speaking up for others. Your soul is most satisfied when you are being of service. Number 9. That's it. That is what I have for you all, Leos. But yeah, that is what I have for you all. So something is bringing you to a level of emotional intelligence that you can handle this, because somebody has had to deal with a master manipulator themselves and know how they try to manipulate people's emotions, have them laughing one minute and crying the next, don't want people's wishes being fulfilled, have an issue with everything. They compare everything, who people love. If they in same-sex relationships, opposite-sex relationships, they like to compare their parenting skills. If people can't even have a joyous moment, like they don't, whoever using people as pawns, everything. So source is saying to you, you're a very compassionate person, and that's going to show. But yeah, fiery climax is approaching. But dealing with some energies who are definitely trying to disrupt people's peace, and something about trying to disrupt yours or somebody else's peace. But look at it this way: if you're married to somebody, and let's say you got 9 kids, or nieces and nephews that you want to come live with you or whatever, because it's just too much going on. You and your person touching and agreeing, right? You're praying that that first, that everything is whatever your prayers are. I don't know. I'm not gonna put something in somebody's mouth. But let's say you're praying for somebody else. You're on that frequency of just praying that everybody finds their purpose. You're praying that everybody finds their purpose. But whatever it is, you're praying that but judgment is coming down on some energies. One of them was indecisive. They weren't really sure what to do. One of them was just one initiated something. One was indecisive, didn't really know what to do. Like I said before. But all of just trying to cause some kind of misfortune, in people's lives. So that's what I have for you all. But like I said, there is a energy behind it that's basically like it's their way or the highway. That's really behind all of it. It's their way or the highway. So you all are going to have to add structure and authority to something in your prayers. So being in prayer, you can put your energy behind being a prayer warrior. That's what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.